Hey, it's Punchetta Sasha Wu, and welcome back to my channel, Punch TV. And today I'm going to give you the pros and cons of living in Houston. So stay tuned. So today we're talking about the pros and cons of living in Houston. Since I've been here for a year, I'm going to tell you all the things that I love about it and then all the things that I hate. So with anything, there's good in there. There are bad. There are some things that are bad, but they're not unbearably bad. So for those of you, if you're considering a move to Houston and you wanted to know if you should or things to consider, then that's what I'm telling you. So I'm not going to keep you long. We're going to get right into it, and I'm going to tell you the pros. I'm starting with the pros regarding the things that I love about Houston. And just to give you guys some backstory, I moved to Houston a year ago. I manifested it. My previous video talks about that, how I manifested my move from my hometown of Longview, Texas. I moved here. I've been here for a year now, and I do love it. However, there are some things that I hate, and I'm going to tell you the pros of living in Houston. The first thing that we're going to talk about that is a pro is diversity. Houston is a very diverse town. I'm from East Texas, backwoods East Texas, where the KKK probably still hold the meetings in the woods. I believe it. I'm just telling you. That's how back in the woods where I'm from. However, you got your little towns around here, Vidor, Texas, and some other places that are still, pretty racist. But the good thing about Houston is its diversity. People move here from all over to go to college, to be educated, and they are coming in from all other parts. And it's just a very diverse city. And that's what I love. I didn't come from that. Where I'm from is not very diverse and it's very segregated. However, you don't see that here. You see a lot of diversity. You see people in areas that live together in peace, and it's just a beautiful thing. And I wasn't used to that before. So that's one thing that I can say that's a plus, and that's a good thing. So diversity, that's a good thing. Business opportunities. I have a small business. If you don't know and you haven't been following me long, my business is Punch Cosmetics. I've had this business. I've been doing this business for a long time. Previously, where I come from, weren't a lot of opportunities available. They didn't help you. They weren't trying to help you. Yeah, I said it, and I don't care who gets mad. I mean, they may tell you some things or get you some information, but here in this city, since I've been here, I've gotten help. I've gotten resources. They have really opened up and rolled out the red carpet to try to help people and business. And I see a lot of Black-owned businesses, and that's inspiring. Where I come from, not so much. And like the communities around here, there are certain communities where you see where it's just a lot of Black business. So that's the thing that I love about here, the business opportunities and the Black businesses, the Black-owned businesses here. I support that 100%, and I love it, and that's a good thing. Number 3, the food. Oh my God. I come from a smaller town where it's probably about 5 or 6 Black-owned restaurants, and everybody knows it may even not even be that many, aside from the people that that cook in their home and they can throw down, which is a blessing too, but you want to go to a restaurant to eat sometimes. Well, in Houston, these Black-owned restaurants are the lit. Let me tell you, they are fire. So I love it. I love to see it. I love to go eat there. It's so many. I could go on and on and on. The infamous Turkey Leg Hut is here. People are traveling from all over the world just to get here to try the turkey legs. I've gone. Their drinks are amazing. I'm not a big turkey leg eater, but I'm not a big turkey leg eater, but their stuffing for their turkey legs, oh my God. You got to buy the turkey leg just to get the stuffings though. So I've had to get the turkey legs just to get the stuffings. And I'm just going to tell you, but that I love the stuffing. But little disclaimer, one thing that I've learned, if you go to the Turkey Leg Hut And typically, if you go on the weekend, when people are traveling into town to go, the line is always going to be around the corner, unless you go during the week. I've gone during the week, and I never really had to deal with that. But they also have a food truck, and the food truck lines are hardly ever busy, except for in the summertime. I've gone a couple of times, it might be, but typically the food truck, the same food, no lines. Yeah. So thank me later. That's a little tip for those of you who want to try them out, the food truck. Next, real estate, buying a house. When I first moved here, I was going to move. Before I moved here, I was considering moving in Dallas. And I'm going to tell you differences between Dallas and Houston later on in another video, but not now. But, and I know Dallas a little bit better, and I'm learning Houston. But the Dallas market was different from Houston. I remember talking to my realtor who is from Dallas, and he is now a realtor here in Houston, and I asked him which market did he think was better. And he told me Houston, and I would have to say I agree. He told me in Houston has more programs available to help people get into houses, and the market is bigger, more opportunities for housing. The demand for it is higher, so it's going to be a lot more resources available. And I can tell you, when I was trying to buy my house, when I was in the process of buying my house in Dallas, they didn't have the same programs available that they have here in Houston. Houston has all kinds of programs available to try to help people get into homes, and that's a good thing. So that's a plus. I'm going to talk about a con in just a few minutes to that, because there is a flip side, but other than that, that's a plus. The real estate market here is booming, and it's a good thing. My next pro, Houston pride. People who live here love their city. Oh my God, I think that's a beautiful thing. They take pride. They take pride in their programs, their people, the sports here. They ain't supporting nothing else. They are Houston till they die. They are repping their city to the fullest, and they're very supportive of their patrons and their people. I'm from a town that the only time we come together is during football season. The heck? Not here in Houston. In Houston, they come together under all circumstances. We just went through the most traumatic experience with the power outages. But like some of the biggest names here, they're always doing things and getting involved to help the city. I'm not used to that. Where I come from, they ain't doing that. But here, oh my God, they don't play. Houston pride is like none other. Taking pride in their people, taking pride in this area is a big deal for them. So affordability. Homes here are affordable. Renting is affordable versus some other places. And where I come from, like where it's just outrageous to get an apartment for nothing. I looked before. I'm still looking for a house now, but I'm renting. And while I'm renting, the process wasn't as bad. They have organizations here that help you to find the perfect home. And I found a place that I really like that's in a good location, and I feel safe here. And so that's a plus. So that's a plus for me. It wasn't hard finding an affordable place and a nice area that I really like and enjoy. So affordability, that's a plus. Living here, you can get so much bang for your buck. The only thing you have to worry about is a con that I'm going to talk about later. But the music scene, that's a pro. A lot of entertainers here. There is a lot of entertainers here. A lot of rappers, the music culture here is big in this area. And that's a good thing. I think if you're into that sort of thing in the city, one of the things that I like that is a pro, as an African American woman, we have a black mayor. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. This goes back to the pro-black culture that's here. And it's not in a divisive way. They're very supportive of culture and diversity. That's a plus. I love it. And it's almost, to me, we're on the heels of Atlanta in a lot of ways with the culture. Black progressives that are doing well and then bringing entertainment here to the city. So that's a good thing. Then the nightlife. Nightlife is, I come from a place where there's nothing to do, to this place where there's something always going on and something to do. And then going to Dallas, where it's a couple of places that you can go, but it's only like one or two places that are the same places. Not here. Not only do they have a place where you can go to brunch, then you can go to your after brunch spot, which is like a party, a soiree or whatever. And then after the soiree, there's an after hour spot. That means boom, boom, boom. You have something to do during every hour at every time. So that's a good thing when you're looking for entertainment. You got stuff to do. And then you have baseball here. You have the Astros. You have the Rockets. And then you have the Texans. And then they have a soccer team that's a big thing. I talked with a guy the other day that was coming here from another country that was playing for the Houston's international soccer team. I thought that was amazing. Just meeting the guy. And he was handsome too. Just impressed by his whole journey. Coming from, I think he came from like Colombia or somewhere. And then he was moving to Texas to play. So now I'm going to tell you about the cons are the weather. Oh my gosh, the weather. First of all, we're in Texas. And in Texas, you're already going to deal with mugginess and heat. That's no matter where you go. But the closer you go, the farther you go south, you're going to have to deal with humidity. And the humidity here is, oh my God. I would liken it to, like, if you've ever gone to Essence, I would think if you've gone to Essence Festival in New Orleans deals with humidity. Their humidity is about the same. Oh my God, it is about the same. It is, oof. If you've never you might have dealt with heat and never dealt with humidity. Let me tell you, humidity is worse because it's smothering. You just feel like, and women, we understand humidity from a different vantage point because of our hair. I don't care if you're wearing fake hair. The only thing that's really going to protect you are braids in Houston humidity. Your makeup, oh my God, in the summertime, good luck with that, sis. That's one of the cons. The weather is just crazy. Now, on the flip side, that's just one thing. That's the heat. Then you got hurricanes. And then those hurricanes and those storms. I haven't experienced an actual hurricane that's hit yet. I remember Harvey and then a couple of others that have affected us or have threatened to affect us. But I haven't experienced it yet, but they're prevalent. And when you're close to water, one of the pros I'll say is Galveston is 30 minutes away, 30 to 45 minutes. And then you have Kemah, which is right there close to Galveston. Those are things to do, and that's cool. And one of the cons is the water is brown. It's not pretty. So if you want blue water, you're not going to get it. So just mister. If you think you're coming here and you know you can go to Galveston, try it out, you're not going to be impressed. However, you can still go down there. I've gone to Kemah. I've gone to Galveston. Grew up going to Galveston. I've been to down to the beaches, and sometimes just to get away, just to hear the sound of the beach or the water is cool. But if you're going because you want to go and play in the water, I don't play in dirty water, child. That's one thing I'm not going to do. And I don't encourage you to either. But I come from the land of lakes. Where I'm from in East Texas is a whole bunch of lakes. And that means it's muddy water all around. I don't play in that. And I don't play in gray beaches. So enter at your own risk. Beware. A major con are the roads. Oh, the roads are the worst in the world. Like, really. And I've traveled. I've gone some places. I've lived in some places. But never have I ever lived anywhere with roads worse than Houston. It's exhausting. All you could be riding in the city and it's boom, 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 boom. Then not only that, the traffic is bad. I forgot to tell y'all, that's a con. Traffic. The traffic is horrendous. Luckily, where I live where I don't have to go too far just now. With COVID, that helps. But if you have to travel to some places, that's going to get on your nerves. And then the roads. The roads are really, really bad. The neighborhoods for me is a con because there's so many, and it's just so many different areas around here, and it's kind of confusing. And the lines and the zoning is different. You got $1 million homes right next to a $200,000 home. Where do you see that? Like, the zoning is different. You don't see that in a lot of areas. You're gonna have the $200,000 homes here, the $300,000 homes here, the $500,000 homes here, and the $1 million homes. They're not going to be all together. And then zoned with the businesses, it is different. I have never witnessed it anywhere else. I haven't seen it, but here it's very prevalent. To me, that's a con because it's confusing. And it's not good for like drawing lines. There are some really blurred lines with the zoning, which isn't always a good thing, but there are opportunities there. So that's a pro, but it's also a con in that area. I'm going to talk to you about the drivers. Not only are the roads bad, but the drivers are worse. Oh my God. Last night I was on Westheimer, which is where the Galleria is. The Galleria is amazing, by the way, that's a pro. And the Galleria has you can go to the Galleria and get everything you need, but the con is everybody is going to be there. In Dallas, the Galleria is where all the ballers and the rich people are. In Houston, everybody is at the Galleria. Every budget. So that to me, I don't know. I mean, it's not that I have an elitist attitude or anything like that, or bougie or uppity. I think there's a reason why you want to be some places where other people aren't. So shopping, that's a good thing and a bad thing, because all these boutiques you see online sometimes, they don't have the best shopping places. They have they have the malls, they have the outlet, but great boutiques and stuff, I haven't really found those. So that's a con. But the drivers, back to the drivers. Don't let me get off of that. I ain't letting them get a pass. In October of 2020, I was in a bad car accident that could have went way worse, but I survived. But I was hit from behind, minding my business. I wasn't speeding. I wasn't doing anything illegal or wrong. And the guy hit me from behind because a Penske truck hit him. I bet everybody is thinking, oh, you survived. My head hit the steering wheel. It was bad. I mean, I didn't get a concussion. I survived. But the problem is that I thought that they were getting out of the car. We were on Katy Freeway, which is busy. I don't care where you are. It's like one of the busiest freeways in Houston. It's busy, it's bad. And in rush hour on a Friday night. These people, the Penske truck driver hit the man behind me who hit me, and it bashed my car in all the way to the back seat. It was bad. I survived, luckily. I'm thinking that these guys, who stopped to get out of their cars to look at their cars, they obviously didn't incur the same damage that I incurred. So the guy gets out of his car, looks at his car, doesn't see any damage. I'm thinking he's getting out to check on me. Do you know this fool got back in his car and drove away? He didn't check on me. So once he got out, he drove off. The Penske truck could then get out. He drove off. So I had a hit and run incident on Katy Freeway in October of 2020, and nobody checked on me. Yeah, these drivers are ridiculous. And then on Westheimer last night, there was a guy who was in an accident. Westheimer is like one of the busiest streets in the city. And it was right across from the Galleria I'm going through because I was headed to my brother's house. And I see a guy just laid out in the middle of the street, and I see it all the time. There are blowouts because of the heat. It does something to the tires in the summertime. So you'll see a lot of blowouts on the road. You'll see a lot of debris from tires because people, from the heat, it does something to swell the tires. And if they get too hot, it'll cause a blowout. And it happens a lot. Those are the pros and cons of Houston. Let me just tell you, Houston is a beautiful city. It's a lot to do. It's a lot to see. Because of COVID, I haven't really been able to just get into the city and see a lot. But this has been a beautiful time. And so far, so good. I'm loving it. So I just want to tell you guys, you get a lot more for your money when you live here. Because you can buy homes that are affordable. And you can live like a king here. And still, have the amenities of the city, but then also have like the peace of the country life. So those are the things that I like. So that's all I got. If you like this video and you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel, like this video. And then if you want to hear about how I ended up here, you can watch the video that I created about why I moved to Houston. And then follow me on my social media channels. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter at Ponchetta Sasha Wu. And then also my business page, which is Ponch Cosmetics. So I have enjoyed telling you all about the pros and cons of Houston. Please come check out our beautiful city. We love it here. It's cool. The people are cool. You'll like it. You'll like it. Ask anybody. It's not that bad. The pros outweigh the cons. So if this is it, if you don't have any questions or put your comments down below, I'll answer them for you in the best way that I can. And I'll get back with you. Otherwise, that's all I got for you today. Bye, guys.